Welcome back to the golf coverage from the Sports Betting Bros here. I've got MMA Jeff, and I'm your boy Pimp Slap POD, ready to talk about the CJ Cup Byron Nelson down in Texas. Going to be a lot of fun. Familiar names on the card. Length in this track, Jeff, is the way to go. How you feeling about this golf action?
Yeah, this should be an exciting matchup. Like you said, hitting that ball long is the way to go. And, we got some of the top names back, as you had mentioned, coming back. We had I don't want to say a little bit of a break after the Masters, but everyone gears up for that. And then they kind of, you know, Twitter off and they're starting to come back now. So, I'm excited. Should be a fun weekend of golf.
This is one of them tracks. It's long. Some would call it a boring track. It's a lot of similar TPC styles. A lot of hole replication out there. Track plays birdie fest. Probably see winning scores. They'll talk about 25, 26, 27 under par. It's going to be fun to get involved if you like these guys to go low, like if you're playing a Tiger Woods golf on PlayStation. Focuses obviously on the driving distance. Got to get out there, find yourself not so much trouble off the drive, but you can find yourself in some bad spots. And again, good driving will be at a premium. We've got a number of golfers that meet that criteria. The approach shot, though, I think is a big factor here. You look at this thing and the greens are wide. They're definitely big. Big greens out there, definitely easy to hit, but you can find yourself punished if you don't get in the right spots. As far as the track's concerned, one par three is under 150 yards. Man, I saw the other night, Bryson goes out and hit a 270-yard 7-iron. Not certainly going to be a challenge when it comes to this thing here. The others do play 215 yards or greater. And again, variance. We've got some short par fours. We've got some short par fives. But again, the biggest thing is going to be getting this track dried out. It's down in Texas. The ball should run. Approach shots will be crucial. Strokes gained on the green as well. I know we've got some top 20s. We've got some top 10s. We've got some outright leaders. First round leaders, Jeff. Kick us off. Talk to us about your top 20 action that you're trying to get paid with.
Yeah, speaking of obviously the long drive, you got Taylor Moore at plus 260 to come in the top 20. He's landed a lot of top 10s the last couple of weeks. Drivers, he's hit, his driver's on point. He's hitting the fairways, and tee to green, I think, is going to put him in a good spot. I think plus 260 for Taylor Moore is a great play. The other one I took in top 20 is Davis Riley. He's come in top 10 in the last 3 tournaments, minus the Masters. But in the Masters, he came in, I think he was tied for 21st, or he was in outright 21st. So, for him coming in top 20, top 10 in the last 3 Masters, he was 21st. At plus 400, I think is a solid spot. He's playing some good golf. So Taylor Moore at plus 260 and Davis Riley at plus 400, top 20.
Yeah, I like Taylor Moore as well. I locked that in at plus 280. So very good price tag with this guy. Bottom line, you look at how this guy finishes and the aptitude, the ability that we're talking about with these guys to finish top 15 or better in all those key criteria that we talked about at the start of the show. I'm going to add Ryan Gerard to the equation for this one here. He's a little plus 250. Another guy that, I think at the end of the day, just meets the metrics, follows the matchups for us, falls into that criteria when you start building the algorithms, looking at driving distance, approaches gained, and can have a nice little putter when it comes down to it as well at plus 250, Ryan Gerard. To round out the top 20s, I've got 2 first round outrights that I'm going to slap in for the top 20s as well that we'll talk about here in just a minute, Jeff. But talk to us about your keys to victory here. Top 10s, top 5s. Floor is yours.
Yeah, going back to the top 20s real quick, any of these guys, obviously on the PGA Tour, can come in the top 20s, and you can get some solid prices. You just got to find the right guy that's ultimately striking the ball well and plays this course or any course, specifically well. So, yeah, I love the top 20s. There's some good prices. Like I said, Davis Riley there, 3 top 10s out of the last 4 tournaments. I mean, top 20, you're going to get him at plus 400. The guy's been firing hot. Why wouldn't you take a shot at that? But jumping into the top 10s, Ryo Histatun, he was plus 600. He's been on fire as well lately. I probably butchered his last name, but he's been playing pretty well lately. And again, top 10 at plus 600. I don't have the stats in front of me for what he's been coming in, but he's always been, not always, but the last several tournaments he's been firing well. I think this course is going to set up for him. Sam Burns, another one. He's been picking up his game tee to green. He the last few weeks he's been I don't want to say on fire, but he's been playing steady. He's been playing better. So I think I grabbed him at plus 330 in the top 10. I think that's a solid play as well. So Ryu and Burns. Ryu was plus 600 and Burns was plus 330 top 10s.
Love the big plus money price tags out there. Look, I've got two guys that I'm going to roll into, and I like to get involved with first round leaders. I like to get the full outright leader, and then I'm going to slap in a top 20 and a top 10 when it comes down to these guys. The first one I'm going to talk about, of course, Jordan Spieth. Why not? Streaky as Spieth may be, here's a guy that has finished well here. Top 10 twice in the 3 times he's played this track. Hometown advantage to some degree. And I talked about that putting ability. His putting has come back to form. Hopefully he can be consistent enough. The top 10 finish for Jordan Spieth is plus 210. The first round leader at plus 3,500. Love me some Jordan Spieth. And of course, the outright, as you can see on the slide. The other guy I'm looking at, Byung-Hun An. Sharp, respected betting action has come in on this 33-year-old. He's 54th on the money list. He had an interesting finish at RBC Heritage. Not the best. He finished tied for 38th, but big money coming in on this guy who's really starting to find his form in the PGA out of Seoul, Korea. First round leader for this guy, 40-1, Byung-Hun An. And I like his top 20 finish here. Yeah, you look at that, seeing tied for 38th and 54th on the money list, but plus 125 gives us kind of a little insurance bet against our first round leader. I'll take a shot on this guy to finish the tournament in first place as well, 33-1. I'll tail that sharp action, Jeff. What about you? Round us out. Finish the card up.
Yeah. Top 5. I've got Steven Yeager. He's another one. Been playing solid. Top 5. I saw some people saying that he could potentially win this tournament. I don't know if he's necessarily going to win it. I grabbed him to come in the top 5 at plus 900. Beyond and Mike, I got him top 5. He was another one favorite to win this tournament. His last 2 years, he came in 14th place and 4th place. So him to come in the top 5 with a potential solid shot to win this, sharp money, as you had said, coming in on him. I got him to come in the top 5 at plus 550. So I thought that was a pretty solid price. I might take a stab for him to be the outright winner, but from an outright winner perspective, I got to go with my boy Siwoo Kim at plus 3,000. He's generally up in the top, the top 20, top 10. He pounds that ball out there. I think he's pretty consistent with his approach shot. So I think him at plus 3,000 is not a bad look. The other outright winner I have is Ben Griffin. Won last week with his boy Novak. Now he doesn't have his boy Novak in the field, but he's what was he? Last week he won with the finish. He tied for 4 or better in the last 8 tournaments. He was the top 4 or better in the last 8 tournaments. The guy's been firing hot. He's been playing consistent. He just came off that win last week with Novak, and I got him to outright win at plus 3,500. So I'm on Siwoo Kim at plus 3,000 and Ben Griffin at plus 3,500 for outright winners.
Look out. We're in alignment on a couple of these plays. That should be a lot of fun to see how it evolves for us. Make sure you guys do take notice, and we'll be back with you guys next week to talk about how we finished off. Hit that thumbs up on the video. Leave a comment. Comments are so big for us. Tell us who you like for this golf event. If you're tailing a play that Jeff and I are on, or you have something else that you want to contribute there, let everybody know it out there. Appreciate you seeing it here with Sports Money. The CJ Cup Byron Nelson starts tomorrow morning. Sneaking this one in for you guys, but make sure you check the video out and smack that thumbs up. Lots of luck to everybody. Keep them straight. Smack them birdies. See you soon.